Fiddlers. The Outlook. May 25th, 1927. Their rosin fresh, their unction great, their hearts in tune with the music of the spheres, the outstanding loose-arm fiddlers below Mason and Dixon's line gathered the other day in Nashville for an All-South contest. It is necessary, before going further, to pause for a few explanations. The spelling of inspissated turpentine preferred by the lexicographers is resin, but the other spelling, rosin, is perhaps older, and failure to employ it in reference to loose-arm fiddling would be not merely bad form, but desecration. Over a large part of the fiddling country, rosin is pronounced much as if spelled rosum. The fiddlers who participate in such contests are commonly referred to as old-time fiddlers. As a fact, they belong to no period. Genius cannot be confined to eras or eons. The genius of these fiddlers is as much of the present, of the future, as of the past. That will remain true even when we reach the deplorable situation of having no such fiddlers alive in the world. They will recur whenever and wherever humanity finds itself under the necessity, untaught, of extracting ecstasy and heart's ease from strings. These fiddlers are properly designated as loose-arm fiddlers. That is their distinction and their glory. The violinist draws his bow, in long and stately sweeps, with an arm not tense, but firm. The fiddler's arm knows no restraint. Up and down, sidewise, at all angles, it finds by a sort of instinct whatever note it wants. Reference has been made to loose-arm fiddlers below Mason and Dixon's line. There may be those who will think this unnecessary, believing that all such fiddlers are below that line. It is not so. The loose-arm fiddler has flourished, and doubtless still does to an extent, in every section of the country. The same fiddle tunes are known, frequently by the same name, from the Gulf to the lakes. Not long ago, a group of persons were listening to some fiddle pieces played on a phonograph. One, on the record entitled Ragtime Annie, awoke old memories in the mind of a Tennessean well along in years. He recognized it, resented the new name, but could not recall the old one. A young woman from upstate New York promptly announced, "It's Money Musk," and so it was. If the South has more gatherings of these fiddlers, and, to employ a New England phrase, sets more store by them, it is simply that the South clings more tenaciously to tradition, is less afraid of being old-fashioned. It ought to be said here that those who have heard loose-arm fiddling only on the phonograph have not heard it at all. Such fiddlers and such fiddle tunes as have been recorded, unless quite recently, are not those most typical, but those that have the jazz quality, foreign from real loose-arm fiddling, most highly developed. Recent broadcasting of fiddlers has brought to the attention of the phonograph companies some of the best of the loose-arm fiddlers, but whether many of them are even now to be recorded is still a question. One of them, recently asked to come to New York to make some records, said to a neighbor, "I don't guess I'll go, unless they'll wait till winter. They are only offering me $400, and I can't afford to miss a crop for that money." Now the Nashville gathering has been neglected over long, but that does not really matter. The man proclaimed champion of the South is no better fiddler than another away up at the head of some hollow, who could not neglect his corn planting long enough to make the trip, and who is too modest to do it anyhow.